Greetings, residents. Welcome to another one of our Front Porch Chats. I'm Supervisor Dick Thurston, and we are speaking today from the front porch of the administration building at Carnwath Farms. And welcome, on such a, beautiful day, albeit a little bit warm outside. And today we're taping at the amazing Carnwath Farms. As most of you know, by now we're located on Wheeler Hill Road, and this is in the historic Wheeler Hill district. Carnwath is a farm land and buildings that is owned by the town, purchased in, I believe it was 1999. We sit on nearly 100 acres here of pristine land along the Hudson River and, as I said, on Wheeler Hill Road. As we draw down summer with the approaching Labor Day weekend, I encourage everyone to get out to one of our 13 parks, located throughout the town, whether it's at our ball fields in Robinson Lane or Carnwath. We have a number of people that walk around here in the early morning and throughout the day. So please come on out and enjoy the remainder of the summer weather as we go forward. I will share with you during this program today a couple of updates and exciting developments that we are continuing to move successfully toward my original 2018 Wappinger, that's WAPPINGER goals. We had outlined what each one of those letters stands for, and that's overall for improving the quality of our life and preserving our precious environment throughout the town. And please listen to the end of the tape or from the middle on for some of the, I think, very important, informative information we will, provide to the community as part of our ongoing efforts to share with you all that is developing. But first, I'd like to ask you to mark your calendars for two very important events that are coming up. The town has a lot more that's going on throughout the fall, but I want you to mark, September the 11th. This is going to be the 20th anniversary of the terrorist attacks on our great nation. This year the town will hold a very special, commemorative event at Sergeant Palmatier Park, starting at 8:30 in the morning. Councilman Beal and his committee have been putting together, really a little bit different, but I think exciting program in line with the commemoration of the sad day that hit the country and the aftermath of that. So stay tuned for further announcements. Also, I'd like to note that at 7 o'clock that night, the village of Wappingers Falls will be holding a commemorative candlelight ceremony, over at Mazier Park, in the village, right at the town square. So please, Village Square, please come out in full support and remembrance of the so many people that lost their lives on September the 11th and since those days from various illnesses as a result of their rescue efforts. The second important announcement is that on Columbus Day weekend, that's the 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th of October, we will be holding, renewing our community spirit in our first major, community-wide event since COVID hit us, in 2020. This event will be what we have referred to as our Community Day. I think we may have a little bit different name or namings for that day, but nevertheless, it's going to be a celebration of our community, particularly for the past year and a half or more. And while the detailed list of activities is still being finalized, actually being expanded as we reach out to more people, I am very excited to announce, though, that we have some really fine showcase events that are going to be held during this 4-day event. We will have a parade during the time, fireworks. There'll be carnival rides and also a public bonfire. We're going to have really a big bonfire that's going to be well organized and developed. Hay rides, there'll be musical and other entertainment. We're trying to get a Chinese dragon dance or some sort of entertainment for that event. Food vendors, of course, will be there, and we will, as I said, have the rides. We're going to have 8 to 10 different rides there from a carnival ride company. Also, typical fall events such as pie eating and pumpkin carving contests will be there, and for the young at heart, we'll have on display, for some of our fire trucks and also town municipal trucks. I know the children and all of us always like to see and touch, those vehicles. So please, mark your calendars now. Stay tuned for a lot more information. You will be seeing ads, flyers, and Joey Cavazzini will be putting out announcements on our town website and social media. So please stay tuned. And, we welcome as many volunteers as we can handle, and that's a lot of people that we'd like to have participate in helping, to make this truly a one-of-a-kind community day event for the town over a period of 4 days, the Columbus Day holiday. So please mark those dates that I mentioned, September 11th through ceremonies, and also then on October 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. For those of you who did not watch the August 23rd, or have not yet watched the August 23rd board meeting, I encourage you to do so. In fact, there were really two very significant discussions that took place during this meeting. One of them is that there is a very old, rare, unusual map of the town that was donated to our historical society, and our town historian, Joey Cavazzini, did an outstanding job of presenting to the public some of the detail that's on this map. So that in itself is worth watching and listening to. But more important, I and Joey have requested the board to consider, providing about $5,000 to this historical society in order to preserve that history and some other historical elements through a lease, a license agreement of some sort. We envision that the original map will be preserved and protected and displayed over at the Historical Society's building in Mazier Park. That's the Mazier Homestead. But also we hope to have a copy of that available in Town Hall. So this is a continuation of our efforts really to preserve, protect, and get out to the public the historical nature, important aspects of our community, which is drawing a lot of people here. The second item is also quite significant, and basically it's an initiative that we have been working on for some time in many different aspects throughout the town, and in fact we have implemented a number of programs that are designed to protect our farmlands, our open spaces, our fields, pathways, and we have different elements that you can see as you go back through the board meetings for the past 3.5 years. This preservation of our farmland, of the open spaces, is extremely important. And this is done under our active participation and early membership in what we call the Dutchess County's Greenway Compact. And it's also very much part of our whole initiative of very much supporting and rolling out our model development principles. We've been proactive both at the town level and the county level through our legislators, Cavazzini, Paoloni, and Bollner. Strong support of the county executive, Marcus Molinaro, And there are many aspects of this that we'll continue to talk about in the weeks, months, and years ahead. I want to share with you in the future reminders of some of the initiatives that we have been doing since January 2018. But with respect to this one that I talked about, that occurred on the evening of the August 23rd, this is with the full town's really strongest endorsement of the town board. Alex Reese discussed with us, and Alex is the proprietor, owner, and he runs, about 186 or so acres of prime farmland, beautiful land along the Wappinger Creek and the Hudson River in our town, and the area that encompasses the hamlet of Houstonville, as well as the Wheeler Hill Historic District, and even old hamlet and original buildings that existed along Creek Road going up to the village itself. And so this initiative is one that is designed to really preserve and protect that beautiful land that he has, to avoid any massive development, which we have been really fighting to preserve, not just there, but in other parts of the town. And as you know, his land has been in his family for quite some time. And it was actually an original farm by Mr. Houston himself, which the Reese family had purchased a number of years ago. So Alex has been discussing with me, and he's had very encouraging discussions with the Duchess Land Conservancy. As you know, or some of you may know, that the DLC, as we call it, is one of the premier regional, if not even worldwide, organizations that preserves farmland, open spaces, parks, and trails, throughout our county. Prior to Alex's initiation with them, they had focused primarily on land that was east of the Taconic Parkway. Now, with this particular project, they are bringing all their interests and capabilities to us in the town of Wappinger. So we're really fortunate to have also had their representative, speak to the town board on Monday night's meeting. What this is all about is really, it's a farmland protection project, as we call it. And it fits in very well with the town's comprehensive plan, and especially to levels that have, I think, never really previously been envisioned. For this and many other reasons, I and the town board and our legislators are in strongest support, and the town board on Monday night voted unanimously to send a letter of strongest endorsement to the New York Department of Agriculture and Markets on the processing of this easement process that will take place, and it's approximately an 18-month process, but now we're going to kickstart it. And this also fits in very well with our overall vision and what we've been doing here in the town, and working with many groups, especially also the county, such as here at Carnwath Farms. The Farmland Protection Plan and this particular project that we are rolling out right now fully addresses, fits in with, and takes the town's comprehensive plan to levels not previously envisioned. For this and many other reasons, we did endorse the letter, and you'll be seeing us looking at it further. The project, the planning board will also be involved in helping Alex Reese and his family to preserve and protect. Not only will the parkland be protected, the farmland be protected, but Alex Reese will be donating to the town some acreage that will be used for park and community events, and we will be discussing this more in the months ahead. But as I had shown you during that meeting, this is a map, and if you look at the lower left-hand side of the map of Houstonville, I've marked out basically the land that will be donated to us, and Alex will of course have final say on what and how we present this and some of the other aspects of this. So you can look at it in more detail in Town Hall if you come by my office or on the videotape presentation. This amazing philanthropy, really, of Alex, because he could very well have gone and sold all that to major developers, which the town would object to, of course. But this is the tip of an iceberg of our overall vision, implementing in Houstonville and that area approximately 12 key principles and elements of the town's comprehensive plan, which, as many of you know, was finalized in 2010. So we'll have a lot more to say about this in the months ahead. Both at the town board level, planning board level, public meetings, and at the county legislature. But I briefly want to thank our county legislators, Joey Cavazzini and Lisa Paoloni, for their support at the county level. Donna Bollner, who's in our northeast quadrant of the town, is actually supporting some other initiatives up in that area. But especially I want to thank our councilmen and women, William Beal, Angela Bettina, Chris Phillips, and Al Casella, for their fullest support and involvement in this important series of projects. So I really appreciate the efforts. As I said, this is the tip of the iceberg, and the many other activities that we have been undertaking will be further discussed as they evolve and move ahead. But really, this is a great day, a great year, a great 3 years, really, for our town as we move ahead to taking all of our planning, all of our participation, and taking it to a brand new level. Speaking of new levels and words of thanks, I'll end this tape on a thank you to DPW Commissioner Robert Balkind and his team, and especially to LDI. It's the construction company for what I consider to be remarkable work that they are doing in reconstructing Old Hopewell Road. Well, there are a number of inconveniences in traffic. I believe that it's been moving along, quite well. And it's a project that not only has already benefited the town as more residents have moved into us. Our census results show that the first time in 2 or 3 decades we've had positive growth in the town rather than ongoing decline. And I believe that this corridor is part of that. And thank legislator Joey Cavazzini for his efforts at the legislator level and working also with Commissioner Balkind in making this a reality. So, what I do as a courtesy as I drive by, and appreciate more residents doing, just wave your hand in thanks to the people that are actually out there manning the traffic on the roads. And I'm sure Commissioner Balkind would love to hear from you in appreciation. But the project is moving ahead, as you notice, on the east side of Old Hopewell, going up to the bridge crossing Sprout Creek. That portion of it is largely done. There's still more work to do, and of course a lot more work as they move down toward Route 9. So, thank you for listening. A little bit longer tape, but some important things to address. And until soon, please stay safe and remain well. Thank you very much. Have a great day.